Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey everyone, it's Heather again. Welcome back. Happy day. What day is today? Oh, what is today? Where's my calendar? So I have a screensaver on my computer now. That is it. Half of it is an Abraham quote with a really pretty ocean, beachy picture. And I have the calendar. So today for me, okay. No, you know what? No, it is that day. Sorry. I really need to get on top of this. So happy Thursday to you. January 28th, 2021. I do apologize for never knowing what day it is, but it's been an occupational hazard for a few years. When I used to work a job, my old job, I would sign my name. Well, no, that's not, I can't even say that's accurate because I used to write my notes from many days prior. So every day I'd be signing a different date. But anyhow, can you hear? I'm wondering if you can hear. I got my treadmill desk all set up. And so I am walking on the treadmill, standing at my desk, my brand new standing desk and treadmill. It all came together over the weekend. I got the shelves for part of the desk on Saturday. I got the treadmill on Sunday, and I got the desktop portion on Monday. And so anyway, it's really incredible. I love my office a lot more now. It's just really, really cool. And we'll see if I can walk on the treadmill and talk on my podcast, because otherwise I can just sit or stand. Standing is really works too. But I do have a bar height bar stool that I've had, and it's standing right next to me. In fact, I think I'm going to do that because I can tell I'm getting out of breath. Okay, because I've been on the treadmill for the past like almost half hour before I jumped on here. So let's sit. I'm going to sit at my standing desk. If that makes sense. Okay, let me get my breath back since I have to talk a lot. If you have ever thought about getting a standing desk, get one. They are incredible. I feel so much better standing than I do sitting. Like, sitting's cool, but if you have to sit at your desk for hours on end, it can take a toll on you. Okay, apologize for my out of breathness, but I guess walking a lot and talking will take some practice. Okay, so let's jump in. Oh yeah, so get a standing desk if you've ever felt like getting one. Get a treadmill for it as well. It's pretty incredible. I really love it. I'm working my way up daily, adding more and more time, because like when you go to the gym, when you start going to the gym, your body just is tired from working out, especially if you do a lot of cardio. My husband didn't understand anything I was saying when I was explaining this to him yesterday, because he just is not a gym person, not at all. And he's like, well, I remember you and I used to go to the gym, and I'm like, we lifted weights. You never ever stepped foot on a aerobic machine. It's two different things. So I know if you really do a very, strenuous weight training session, yeah, absolutely, your body gets really tired. But we rarely ever do anything that's that strenuous. So he didn't understand me. But for the past couple of days, I've been really worn out and tired. And it's just because I'm standing and I'm walking a lot more than I ever do. So, and I expect to get used to it, like get my body used to it, and it won't be a big deal. So I'm not walking all day long. I'm not one of those crazy people who completely got rid of their desk. My other desk is used for writing and reading and still doing my makeup, but I have this large desk that has like nothing on it, which is great now. My other desk. Okay, enough about desks. Why did I think this was a good idea? I thought I was going to, but I typically don't talk while I'm just standing at my desk. Okay, so let's jump into today's message. If you're new here, welcome. Like the title says, I stopped doing an intro because I remember I have an intro. That's the whole purpose of the whole like blah 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 at the beginning, right? And I'm like, Heather, it dawned on me a couple days ago. I'm like, that recording introduces you, so you don't even have to introduce yourself again. But my name is Heather Hope, and I talk about the law of attraction, specifically on this channel. Well, on this podcast, YouTube channel, about business and money, but everything. How you manifest one thing is how you manifest everything. So you can interchange any of these topics. And that's what I did for the longest time. And sometimes I still do. When I will look up a different subject or play a different subject, and we're talking about Abraham Hicks videos, I will listen to other topics. I did this in the very beginning of learning all this. I would listen to, let's see, what did I do? I think when I was a love coach, I was listening about money. When I was a money coach, I was listening about relationships. They give you so many amazing examples, and you just apply it. You just think of it in the other subject, and it can really solve the questions that you have. I did that. I did that all the time, and it was so insightful. So, because money and relationships, I don't know if they sound as similar, but they really are. I mean, it's all energy. Everything is the same. So, anyhow, this is a daily podcast. It is on my YouTube channel. Thank you for those who came over to my YouTube channel to say hi. I appreciate it. My YouTube channel is called The Inspired Entrepreneur as well. And I upload the podcast episode every single morning. So you can find me on YouTube if that's easier. I'm a YouTube fanatic. And a few months ago, I signed up for YouTube Premium to get rid of the ads and to use the YouTube Music app, which I love. And I swear it is one of the best things. It's one of my most favorite subscriptions I pay for every month, because I love never watching an ad. Never. It's just like, ads, what are those? If I'm on a different account on YouTube, then the ads pop up. I'm like, oh my gosh, how crazy is that? So I highly suggest getting that if you're on YouTube a lot. So, so join me over there if you like. I love YouTube, so that's me. I'm on it all the time for all kinds of videos. So, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. So I wrote a book called The Inspired Entrepreneur, and it's a 366 day book of inspiration for entrepreneurs, which means when I say inspiration out in the world, I mean law of attraction. So it's not like inspiration like religion or like, did anybody come up with what my book is? In religious whatever areas, they call them devotional diaries or devotional books, like a page a day, and you have 365 days typically. But I think devotional just means for that niche, so I don't know what it is. Anyhow, so this is a daily podcast talking about each day in my book. So let's go over today, January 28th. Focus on the whole vision of the life you want. Focus on the whole vision of the life you want. Focus on it. Feel it every single day. You will become a vibrational match to it, and it will appear. I mean, it goes back to the whole principle of focus. Whatever you focus on. So Abraham tells us that we are lazy focusers. It's primarily because we forgot that whatever we focus on gets more. We get more of. It's an attraction-based world, right? So it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. So pay attention. I say this all the time. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Because whatever you're paying attention to, you're essentially asking the universe for more. whatever it is. It literally does not matter, guys. So pay attention to what you're watching on TV, because emotions, your feelings, your emotions is your vibration, and that is what you're attracting from. So what does Hollywood do when they write movies? They make a lot of drama, right? They want this roller coaster of emotions to keep you going, to keep you hooked in, right? The hook. And they have to make crazy making out of people in the movie or whatever, right? The script is all over the place. I mean, that's how they write movies. It's the same thing with books. It's the same thing with everything. It's the same thing with marketing. I mean, marketers teach this stuff, how to hook people in with their emotions, and blah, 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 blah. So there's a coach that I'm in his course to learn. I just do courses from now on just to learn a particular thing that I need to learn. Not belief systems, because I have my own, thank you. I don't need coaching. Like I've said, I don't need any sort of coaching because I don't need validation and I don't need help from outside sources. Like we all have the answers inside of ourselves. All we have to do is line up with our broader perspective, because the only person who knows your path, the perfect path for you, is your broader perspective. So the last couple of days I've been listening to the audiobook, The Vortex, from Esther and Jerry Hicks. And I have not read the book because to me, it's like everything's the same, but it's probably not. But there's some really good stuff in there. I highly recommend listening to the audiobook. It's just easier, in my opinion. Have it on kind of as you're getting ready in the morning or driving somewhere. And they talk about who we are, like who we are as non-physical. And then we want greater expansion. So a part of ourselves becomes physical. So there's a smaller part of ourselves who, this physical aspect, right? Me, this Heather person standing here on a treadmill, there's me. And then there's this larger part of me that's non-physical, who knows everything that I want and knows how to get me there on the path of my least resistance. So I don't need validation from other people. What I want is what I want. If I'm second guessing myself, the energy's not lined up. If I have to ask opinions of other people, energy's definitely not lined up. You know what I mean? Like that's just what humans do. But that's what a lot of us are trained. But anyway, so I've only taken one course in the last several months because I'm so sick of things like this. But it's a actual job sort of thing. So it is what it is. It's in mortgage stuff. So learning. And then, the real estate course. So those are things that are in the physical world that I have to know the information. So those are the type of courses I'm taking. I'm no longer taking coaching courses or anything like that. Anything that can do anything that that there's can be 10 different paths to get there. Does that make any sense? Because honestly, I like finding my own path. I like doing the research. I like allowing my broader perspective to guide me. And if there's a course that I'm really excited about, then I'll look at it. But anyhow, so this one coach, he teaches this one course that I'm in, and he's very coachy. I wonder who his coaches are. And how so many people kind of believe in the law of attraction, but they literally don't understand any bit of it except, you get what you think about, or they don't even go that far. You know what I mean? And I cringe because I'm like, if you honestly believed in the law of attraction, you really need to go look more into it and learn more, because you're not really, because they're really into hustle and hard work. He's into hustle and hard work, which, it's gross. But he does videos, testimonial videos of his clients, his students, and they're so salesy. It's a turnoff for a lot of people, but they're so salesy that I can't watch them anymore. Because here's the thing, salesy in the way of hooking an emotional or grabbing an emotional hook. So it's like, oh, I'm about to cry about your story. Like, it's always a sad story, from rags to riches. And I'm like sick of it. I'm sick of the emotional manipulation of sales or marketing. Like, I'm disgusted by it, honestly. I just turn it off. I'm just like, you're not going to drag me down that road. You're not going to drag me down that road of, oh, I feel sorry for this person. Oh my God, empathy. I'm an empathetic person to a point, but I am in control of my emotions, and I'm not allowing some random YouTuber or random person on the internet or on TV or TV show or whatever manipulate my emotions like that, because however I feel is how I attract. So I've gotten so I feel kind of like very emotionally stable. Like, I'm not going to cry at the drop of a hat. Like, goodness gracious. And maybe I used to be a little bit more or a lot more like that in the past. And it's just not fun to live like that. So I'm just like, whatever. The only, like my dog with the puppy dog eyes. Sorry. My dog with the puppy dog eyes is as close as anybody can emotionally manipulate me. Like, and he doesn't succeed all the time, because there's just, sometimes I have to go to the store and he gives me the saddest freaking look. It's very dramatic, but if I have to go, I have to go. So I go after telling him goodbye and I love you and I'll be right back and all that stuff, right? Because they're just cute. So anyway, so I can't watch his videos anymore, because they're just oozing of marketing and sales and emotions, and I'm like, no, I'm stronger than that. Like, I choose how I want to feel, and I'm not going to go down this road, because I don't want to listen to all of this. I just don't. I don't even talk about my own stuff, so I'm not going to sit here and listen. Yeah, I may sound kind of crass right now, so we're gonna get off that subject, but you know what I mean, because I've worked my ass off essentially to feel good, so I'm not going to jump on a video. Anyway, so he's very, 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 very coachy, because he's in coaching. So he's our business coach and our blah blah coach, our life coach, and I'm like, you're not my coach. Like, I'm learning information from you, but I don't need to be coached. Like, I am self-coached. I get up every morning. I do my work. I am inspired. Like, I used to be that person 20 years ago that couldn't get out of bed until noon, but I'm not that person anymore. So, anyway, that's me. No biggie. Okay. So going back to today's message, focus on the whole vision of the life you want. So this fits in perfectly with what I've been doing every single day. I just did it. And yesterday I did it at my sitting desk. Today I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it from my treadmill. No, I really like having nice handwriting. I enjoy writing in nice handwriting. And I don't always, but I enjoy it here and there when I'm not rushed. So trying to write and walk on the treadmill, and we're doing like 0.8 miles per hour at that point, maybe 0.6, probably 0.6 would have been better. But my handwriting was just, I'm like, I came back, I had to go check on something, and I came back in the middle of my writing, and I'm like, what the hell did I write? It's like so different than what I normally write. I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work for me, because I enjoy the writing. So I will do this in the morning while I'm doing my makeup and stuff at my writing desk. That's pretty cool, my writing desk. Anyway, so let me tell you, since I have this notebook, I opened it up, December 22nd of last year, I have done this every single day. What I've done is I write my top 10, the things I really want in my life, manifestations, as if they have already been done, like they're done, like I have them now. So in my mind, it's kind of like being at the end of 2021 and I'm like, hey, these are the 10 coolest manifestations of this year for me. And so I think the first week or so of this year, I was talking about it and I shared what my manifestations are. But I do this every single morning or every single day. Sometimes it's at night when I get to it. But I do it every single day. And so it's basically everything about my life. So it's the whole vision of the life that I want in these 10 manifestations. And I focus on them daily. And I can't tell you how many things have been drawn into my life because I've put that focus on it. Like just so like out of the blue because I'm focusing on it. It's like specifics too. If I write something specifically, and I've changed things over time. I've changed a couple of things. I've changed the wording of it. I've changed some numbers, stuff like that over time. And, but I am moving myself closer to them. That's really what it is. Abraham tells us that doing these sort of exercises is not creating the thing to happen. It's already been created. All of this, all the mindset work and all of the writing and all of the visualizing and all of that is to get us to that, to line us up. This is to line me up to that version of my life that I've decided I want, that I just decided, right? Does that make sense? So this is for me to line up, to remember, to remind myself, to focus. And the more I focus on these things, these areas, these specifics, the more I want to say finding them, but not finding them. I'm not looking for them. I'm just like, I want to say stumbling over them or stumbling on them. Like I'm attracting, but I'm, what is it? Attracting them. Or I don't know what the right word is, but you know what I mean? So the more I do this, I just do it daily. And it's just me. And this is me. I've talked about it this week about massaging beliefs, like believing that these things are possible, believing them. So the more you focus on things that you want, the more you're really believing them to make them a knowing. Like, I know this is happening. Like you get very determined. And anytime you get determined on something, like you have decided this is it, it's a done deal. Right? It's like really done. It's like really, really done. No, it's like everything's done. Everything you want is done. As soon as you realize it, it's done vibrationally. Because we live in this insanely cool universe, world, spirituality thing that we are so much more than this physical life that we have. We're so much more. It's like mind-boggling for me. And I'm like, there's just so much more I don't know, I don't understand, but it's okay. I just keep moving forward. But yeah, that's it, guys. I completely lost my, oops, there goes my desk. Completely lost my next thought. So that's cool. So with that, guys, do what and I did get a planner. Oh gosh. So I have this little manifestation story from yesterday. I got up at like 6 a.m. yesterday, which seems really early because it was really dark outside. And I usually don't get up until the sun gets up. And I got up, got ready, dropped my husband off at like 8 a.m. So when I came back, I was ready to go. I was like completely dressed and everything done. And I got a bunch of stuff done yesterday morning. By like 10:30, I was like kind of getting tired. I was just kind of in this space of like, I'm kind of tired now. So I stood here. I was right here in this spot on my treadmill. And I was thinking, there was two things I kind of felt like doing. Because I'm always trying to allow guidance to guide me throughout my day. So if I'm feeling off, I'm like, what do I feel like doing right now? Do I feel like taking a nap, meditating? I've been meditating every morning too, like first thing. And, which is super helpful. And, so yesterday I'm like, okay, well, I kind of feel like laying down, maybe taking a nap, or I kind of feel like going for a drive. So I was just kind of feeling that out. So I felt more like laying down. Excuse me. So I'm like, okay, come on, Gizmo, let's go lay down. Let's go to bed. So I grab my phone and we go lay down. And I just rest for a couple of minutes, just laying there, breathing, feeling good, feeling relaxed. And then I'm like, okay, get my phone and I check Amazon. Now, a couple days prior, I finally decided on a planner and I ordered it. And I couldn't get the rose gold that I really, really wanted. I really wanted rose gold. So I decided on pearl because it was like going to be a month away from getting rose gold. I'm like, I'm not waiting a month. I want to do it now. So I'm like, what's my second choice? So I chose this pearl. It's very pretty. And so it was going to be another week before they were in stock. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And so I get the notification yesterday morning, that it was going to be shipped probably here by February 7th. And I'm like, that's like 2 weeks from now. Okay, gosh. So I had this thought. So I get on Amazon and I see it. I'm like, God, 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, what is a color that is in stock right now? Let me see if I like it. Because I like a few colors. And so I look, and aquamarine, which is very similar to their turquoise. Turquoise wasn't in stock, but the aquamarine was. And it was really pretty. And I'm like, it's in stock. I can get it by Wednesday or something. And I'm like, okay, done. So I canceled the other order and it went through because it wasn't even in stock yet. And I changed it. I ordered the aquamarine. And I'm like, oh, no. I didn't order it. I was about to order it. So I canceled the first one, right? The pearl. And I was about to order the aquamarine. So I went back a couple screens and I just scroll a couple down. And there was a rose gold, exactly the same, but dated January to next January. So it's 13 months dated. And nearly everything these days is undated, which I'm not a fan of. I understand it can be very helpful. Oh, that's the garbage man. If you can hear my dog barking, the garbage man's here. So I'm like, dated. I didn't see this at all before. And I'm like, dated, rose gold, same exact planner, same price, in stock. And I'm like, what the hell? Holy crap. And I'm like zooming in on the images and I'm like, that looks so good. Dated, of course. I don't like filling in dates. I think it makes it look messy. So I was just like, what? I ordered it and I was just so thrilled. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God, it's better. I got exactly what I wanted and it's better than before. And so this is how I don't know. Like, it's just really fun for those little things. Those are little things, but they mean a lot because here's a year-long planner. And my favorite color these days for a long time is rose gold. It's like black and rose gold. And I'm like, and half my office is in those, we're going marble and rose gold and stuff like that and black. So I'm just like, perfect. Thank you. So excited. And I'm also getting like my desktop is going to be marble. So I'm doing contact paper of marble. It's coming in today. It's being delivered today. So I'm so excited that everything's going to be so gorgeous that the rest of yesterday I was just so happy because I got my rose gold planner. It's coming tomorrow in my world tomorrow, which is Thursday. So I'm excited. And I'm just going to fill in as much as I can for January that I have for my notebook and be good to go. And it's this ginormous planner and I'm so excited. So anyway, it's one of those things of like following your guidance, following your impulse, following the inspiration, honor how you feel. I don't feel like working anymore. I've kind of exhausted as much as I could yesterday morning to do things. Like I was like on, oh, no, I didn't. I did a bunch of stuff I needed to do. And then I was just like kind of bogged down. I needed a break. And that's what happened after that break or during that break. So I jump out of bed after that. Like I'm not taking a nap. I'm excited now. So I come back in here, I get back on the treadmill, and I'm like, I gotta call and make an eye appointment. I've been wanting to do that and I need to. So I called them, get that set up for Friday. And then I'm like, who else can I call? I was just in that mode of like, yes, I want to get stuff done. What else have I been putting off? And I called the bank because I have this debit card issue. And so that's getting fixed. And everything was just like rocking and rolling yesterday. It was another amazing day. And my days are really pretty amazing lately because all I'm doing is following my guidance. All I'm doing is making myself happy. All I'm doing is literally doing everything I want to do and staying positive and, enjoying the snow. We're surrounded by mountains all full of snow. It's really pretty. We live in the desert. It's so funny, but all the huge mountains, the mountains that I drove through last week to get to Prescott they're big and they're covered. Well, they're not big, like compared to other mountains that I've seen in other states, but they're big enough to see from here and they're all covered in snow. So it's really cool. But anyway, so follow your inspiration. Follow the path of least resistance. Take good care of how you feel. Honor how you feel. If you feel bogged down, go take a break. I promise you. If you take a break, you'll come back with fire and get more done. You cannot push yourself to work. Now, I know if you have a job that's going to be different. So you have to like pre-pave that. You have to take good care of yourself when you're outside of work. Plus while you're at work, like you can take good care of yourself while you're at work. Okay, guys, I got to go and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.